Hi Leo, welcome to your month ahead Tarotscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel. I would be eternally grateful for it. If you are already a continued subby, thank you so much for all of your continued support. It really means the world. If you would like to book a personal tarot reading with me, a personal video or a written reading, you can do so on my email, on my website address, which is in the description below. It is www.reydiantreality.com, spelled Reydiant, R-E-Y, not R-A-D. So before we start, I would like to bless all of my decks with all forms of love, like peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So let's see what the month of October 2018 has in store for you, my ascendant brothers and sisters. Okay, so actions and interactions this month. You get the Knight of Wands. So Leo, for you guys, or for us guys, I feel like this month, this is about us charging in. I kind of feel like up until now, we've been kind of, going with the flow, and when I say going with the flow, but we've just been kind of adjusting to everything that's happened around us. All the stuff with the 7th house, with the Mars retrograde and all of that. I kind of feel like up until now though, we've just been kind of coasting along. We've just been kind of doing what we have to do and living day to day. And it's interesting because Leo is it's a fun, dynamic, vibrant energy. It's about fun and creativity. It's about the heart. But I kind of feel like we've been stifled over the last few months. And when I say last few months, I would say probably the last 6 months. Leo's been quite subdued with everything that's happened. And then, last year we had all the eclipses as well. It's been a really intense ride for us. And I kind of feel like now, when we get to October, it's like, what, I'm done with all of that. I'm out there, we want to get out there. We want to start charging into things. We want to start getting things done. It's like we're getting back in touch with our passion, getting back in touch with our zest for life and saying, right, okay, what is it that I want from my life now? I want to travel more. The Knight of Wands is great for travel. It does caution you though, because when you get the 9 of Wands and you're thinking about travel, I always say to people, read the fine print and make sure that you've got travel insurance. Not because anything bad is going to happen, but it tends to be that with the Knight of Wands, we tend to miss things because we're so sort of like, yeah, do this and got to do that. What's next? What's next? Da, da, da. It's like on to the next one, without really stopping to think, have I done the first bit properly? So for a lot of us, it's going to be about travel this month, about really putting into place, like travel plans, deciding to make travel plans. For a lot of us, it's going to be about tapping into our innate creativity, our innate ability, and more importantly, tapping into our passion and our zest for life. And I think the other part of this as well, because I know I've got some stuff that shapes up in October that, courses to do and whatnot. And I kind of feel like this is going to be where things really start to move for us. This is going to be the month where things actually start to happen. And that's in large part thanks to the patience we've been able to exhibit. People say, really, patience, Leo? And the other part of it is not just the patience, but it's been about the planning. We've been able to do all of the planning and the working through things and dealing with the fact that we've been feeling a bit subdued and whatnot. But going forward, it's kind of like we've got new lease on life, and we're going to take the plans that we've got and we're getting them out there at all costs. It's like Leo is ready to be on stage. Even for those of us that are a bit more quiet or a bit more reserved, I kind of feel like it's going to be like this energy of, right, I'm going to get out there now. I'm ready to do things differently. I'm ready for people to see me being at my best. Ooh, money and materials looks awesome. The Ace of Pentacles. So whatever it looks like for a lot of us, there's a specific idea or a specific qualification or something that we're doing that shapes up for us really well. And when I say it shapes up for us really well, the Ace of Pentacles is the root powers of matter, and when you see the Ace of Pentacles, it's a new beginning. It can be a new job. It can be a job that pays more. It can be a promotion. It's always practical in its nature. The Ace of Pentacles is a beautiful card to get in terms of your money and your materials, because it kind of suggests that finances and actions this month are blessed. It kind of, whatever your ideas or your endeavors are to get out there to, you know, to generate more income. This is a month where you can put it into practice, and you know, you can find yourself being passionate about putting this into practice, and by doing so, tapping into that passion, tapping into that innate desire to succeed, it looks like it comes off. It really pays off. Sorry, I got a proper itchy nose at the moment. Okay, the other thing about this as well that I find really interesting, it looks like whatever idea you decide to put out there is received really well. People see this idea, or they see this thing that you're selling or offering, and it's like, yeah, you know what, get me some of that. And I kind of feel like it's going to happen a lot faster than you expected. And I remember reading, there was a reading I did this year, really early this year, where I said to Leos, a big part of what's taking place now is going to be quite a meteoric rise to the, you know, to the fame and glory that Leos crave, even those of us that are a bit more reserved. I'm a Leo ascendant, so you know, this is relevant for me too. And I remember saying, you know, be careful and be kind to people on the way up, because you never know who or what you're going to need on the way back down. And it kind of feels like October is the start of a really sort of a set of really progressive, you know, and upscaling steps. You know, you're laying some really serious foundations for some serious success, and also quite a nice healthy little boost to the pocket, which is great. Communications with the world at large, 8 of Wands. It looks like many of you are writing. It looks like many of us are talking about travel. Many of us are writing as well. So the 8 of Wands itself is about communication in general. This falls in your communication sector. Text messages, emails, putting pen to paper, you know. With the Ace of Pentacles, definitely putting pen to paper. For those of you that write, whether it's a blog, whether it's actual writing, whether it's writing books, whether it's writing stories, you know, whether it's, you know, there's that thing where you can sign up to be a translator, so you translate from one language to another. Communication is going to be rife this month, and I kind of feel your email inbox this month, Leo, is going to be really busy. So try and find some way to keep on top of that. Try and find some way to really be able to respond to everybody is going to be really important to you, because you don't know which one of these. It's kind of like, let me put it to you this way. So you're like, right, this year, from here on in, I'm going for it now. I've got shit that I need to do. I want to start making things happen. The Ace of Pentacles then says, right, these blessings are going to start to shape up in the real world. They're going to start to happen. The 8 of Wands is so much communication, a lot of it, and a lot of it from long distance as well. You know, long distance, overseas, you know, text messages, emails, lots and lots of communication. And who's to say which one of these correspondences is going to be the one that makes this explode and expand for you? And so therefore, because there is going to be so much information and so much communication this month, make sure you stay on top of your emails. Make sure you bookmark things. If you need to, get a diary, start writing things down. This is going to be a really great month for us, and it's going to see some things really starting to shape up. And also, in a way, it kind of feels like we've almost got the golden tongue. So, you know, think about what you're saying, because it's going to be viewed by a lot of people. And also, what you are offering will be received really well. You know, whatever it is that you're selling, or however it is that you're putting it forward, you know, people are really feeling this month. Use that wisely. I always say use it wisely, because you never know if it's going to come back to bite you in the butt later. Your heart and your half, your emotional, so boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, family, you know, friends, get-togethers, all of that sort of stuff. You've got the 5 of Pentacles. Now, isn't that interesting? It looks like all of the other sectors, you're like, yeah, let me make this happen, and you know, like, I'm going to be vibrant, I'm going to be dynamic, I'm going to start making things happen, I'm going to, you know, 4 and 5 of penny, and then you get the 5 of Pentacles in your heart and half. For those of you that are partnered, remember, even with all of this exciting stuff that's happening, even with the boost to the finance, if you are partnered, try and remind your partner that they're not being left behind, because the 5 of Pentacles talks about loss. You know, it's that feeling of loss, and I don't feel like this happens necessarily to the Leo themselves. I feel like it's their partner saying, oh, okay, so now that your career's taking off, or now that all these wonderful things are happening for you, I guess it's forget about me. It really isn't. For some of you, and I remember this coming up before, it looks like you and your partner, there's going to be a bit of a separation coming along. And I don't mean a separation as in a split, I mean for work. You know, it might be that your partner ends up spending more time at work, and therefore, you know, you spend less time together. But for a lot of you, I kind of feel like it's because this month's going to be highly busy and highly successful for you. And it's setting the tone for that being the next few years, certainly the next year at least, of your life. It's kind of like people, you know, partners and you know, loved ones are going to be like, oh, okay, so I guess I take a bit of a back seat. You need to find some way of balancing this energy so that they know that not only are they just as important, but they're more important now than they were before the success. You know, and because you're going to keep them, you know, your partner's going to keep you grounded. The people that you love and care for, the people that you surround yourself with, are the people that, you know, that helped you get to where it is that you're going, and they're going to be there if it doesn't all work out the way that you want it to. I'm not saying that it won't, but you get where I'm coming from. For those of you that are single, it kind of feels like this is going to be a lonely time. It feels very much like, you know, as an example, like, you know, when you see these people that get, you know, famous, and then they're like, oh, you know, I've got all this money and I've got all this fame and all this stardom, but I'm lonely. You know, it looks like that might be an experience this month, and if so, reach out to the people that you know that you love and care about, even if it is just over the airwaves. You know, reach out to people, because they will look after you. They will be open to helping you and supporting you, you know, in your emotional sector. First week of October, you get the Hermit card. Interesting, because the Hermit card is about withdrawal from people. It's about choosing to withdraw so that you can reassess, reevaluate, and scrutinise what's happening. But you've got it underneath the Knight of Wands, and this kind of says to me that the first week of October, you're very much going to be like out there, but you're going to be observing at the same time. I kind of feel like your mind this month is going to be doing 10 to the dozen. So while you might be flitting around from here to there, it's almost like you're not giving a lot away. You're keeping your cards close to your chest. That's a good thing. It is a good thing. You know, and actually what I would say to you as well, in all of this communication, don't give it all away. Give tidbits that are going to keep people coming back to you. You know, don't... If you go to an interview and they say to you, you know, what's the thing that you know that you've done best, and you've got 3 examples, don't give all 3 of them. Give one, so that they can ask you, do you have any more? Do you have another? Whereas if you give all of them and they say, have you got any more? It's like, actually, no, I don't. Okay, so you know, you don't give it all away to start with, is the message for the first week of October. Second week of October, Hierophant card underneath the Ace of Pentacles. This is interesting for me. This, I almost want to say to you, for those of you that own your own business, find an accountant, a good one, because you've got the Ace of Pentacles and then you've got the Hierophant. If it's not about your finances, this kind of feels very much to me like it's about commitment. It's about making yourself committed to something for the next year. I almost feel that the second week of October is going to bring some kind of, you know, an offer or a contract of some sort. What you need to ask yourself is, are you prepared to be tied into something, and are you prepared to be tied down to something? Because I kind of feel like this goes bigger than you. You know, it's going to be about you attaching yourself to something big. You know, and the second week of October is a great week. You know, it's going to back up this financial stuff. It's going to put you in good stead for making more money. With this here though, and the message from previous, I almost want to say to you, don't let people capitalize on your talent. Your stuff is yours, and you're happy to work with people to expand and grow that, but don't give it away. Third week of October, you get the Devil card, which is basically about addiction or attachment. In terms of communication, so the third week of October, lots of, you know, and like I said, the whole month over, communication is big and it's blessed. With the Devil card though, this is kind of saying you don't get addicted to your phone. You know, wherever it is that you go, whatever meetings you're at, be present, pay attention to what people are saying to you, because I kind of feel like it's like you're going to be so excited and so buzzing and so busy that while a meeting's taking place that could be about you or about your business or about your project, you're going to be like this. And so you've only really got one, I mean, you're catching some of it, you know, because you can split your focus like that, but you're not really taking it all on board. Wherever you find yourself, whether it's a meeting, whether it's an introduction or anything like that, be there and be present at that moment. Don't split your focus. This is not the week to do it, especially the 3rd week of October. And then finally, the 4th week of October, you get the Temperance card, which is great because it's about alchemy, it's about blending things. So do everything this month, but do it in moderation, do it in the right way, in the right shape or form. The other thing as well, isn't it interesting, Temperance is number 14. Number 14, and you've got the 5 of Pentacles there. That's the part that I found interesting. So 1 and 4 gives you 5 of Pentacles underneath your heart and half sector. So find time to make a balance between all of this wonderful stuff that's shaping up and your partner. Find a way to incorporate them into what it is that you do, into what it is that's shaping up for you. Not only will it be gratefully received, you know, even for some of you this might just be about your family and keeping them in the loop, you know. Don't let, I think, yeah, the words that I'm hearing are, don't let the people that you love and care about be privy to second-hand knowledge. I almost feel like some of this amazing stuff is going to shape up for you, and it's like either your partner or a family member or somebody might hear it in passing from somebody else and think, oh wow, okay, so all this awesome stuff's happening for you, and I'm having to hear about it from, you know, so and so Sandra around the corner. Like it's a bad example, but you get what I mean. You know, be the one to divulge these amazing things that are happening in your life, so that, you know, the people that you love and care about are aware of the changes that are going to take place, and they'll be in a better position to support you with that. And your key to the month, the Lovers. Yeah, so definitely for those of you that are partnered, make the choice to balance all of this awesome personal stuff with the awesome personal life that you have with your partner. For those of you that are single, the Lovers card is basically saying this month you are going to have to make the choice. You can either have all of your success, which I mean, you know, that would be my advice. Build yourself and establish yourself first, and once you've built yourself and established yourself, then start looking for a partner. It will be harder to do it the other way round. So if you're single, you're kind of in a good space. If you're partnered, you're not in a bad space, but you are in a space that's going to need some constant readjustment and reassurance for your partner over the month. Leo, I wish you an abundance of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance itself. Have an amazing month. I'll see you very soon for more videos. Let me know how it shapes up. Take care.